Oh, that's fun.
No, we don't need 3 of me. That's enough.
You sure?
Positive. Even my parents said they didn't, they were glad I wasn't a twin.
Well, it'll take me a minute to find the right screen to share.
That's okay.
Apparently. I have this in here twice. Oh, this is really good. I'm having such fun here. All right, I got it. If I get rid of this one. I don't know if we're still on there though.
My screen says I'm live on Twitch at the moment while I'm talking to
Good.
you. But that's all I see is the 2 of us.
Right, I haven't found the right screen to.
Okay.
It's giving me a fair amount of nonsense. So if anybody's watching, we'll be up in a minute. All right, maybe I have to use this one.
We're bridge players. We might not have gotten up until 20 minutes ago.
That's the problem. How did you know? I don't usually do the first one.
I'm up by living on a golf course. I've learned they're usually cutting the grass at 7 o'clock in the morning, so we get up early most days.
Oh my.
We learned to adjust to that. We could have soundproofed the back. I don't mind. I just know it. I always was a morning person anyway. So my week time's about 4:30 in the afternoon. I like a nice 20-minute nap.
I have never been a morning person, and I'm still not a morning person. Where did we go? There's the Zoom. Okay. Trying again.
Okay.
Once again, unto the breach. There we go. All right. So welcome everybody to the 2023 Senior Trials Finals to select the senior team for the USA in Morocco later this summer. I'm commenting. I'm Kitty Munson Cooper commenting here from Schaumburg, Illinois, with Steve Sanborn in Florida, and we're going to be watching. Oh, it's not flashing for us, so it isn't live.
Okay, I was going to say I don't see. All I see is the list of what it is. I don't see a screen with hands on it yet.
Right, I do not either. So I will try again with the Twitch thingy.
And which match are we going to do?
We're going to start with the finals of the seniors. Hopefully everybody's playing the same.
Okay.
All right, let's try this once more.
Now it says I'm viewing Kitty Munson's screen.
Well, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Keeping you posted. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you. Are you seeing the Twitch screen or the other screen?
Now I'm not seeing your screen now. The part where it said I saw your screen has disappeared. I only see the Twitch screen now.
Okay.
Now it says I'm viewing Kitty Munson's Cooper's screen again. Now it went away.
Right. Trying again. All right.
All right.
I
We
don't
have-
think we're live though. I don't think we're not Twitched,
Okay.
but I'm gonna try that now.
My screen says I have live Twitch, but
Yeah, it says it's got live Twitch, but I don't see it over on the website, so. Let me just double check that. All right. Well, you look at the hand. I will ask. So I don't think we are Twitched.
okay.
Let me. Oops, are you seeing the Twitch thing page again?
It says live Twitch, but I just see your screen. I see this the board 2 in front of me.
Okay. Well, I see it. We seem to be live.
Okay, it says the host is live on Twitch on my screen. In case we're live on board 2, they have started with a club in the West Hand. Top is overcalled a strong no trump. South is transferred to hearts. Looks like North has shown a double, some sort of roughing value available in hearts and a max. It's been retransferred to with 3 hearts, with it retransferred to 3 spades. And now North bid 3-0, maybe thinking that means choice of games. I'm not, the only reason I say that is because now Pratap came out with a 4-club cubid behind it, rather than just accepting the game. However, either four hearts or three no with the 2-2 split, I mean, four spades or two no, three no with the 4-4 spade split will end up making. They could always take five spades, two hearts, a club, and a diamond in three no, and they're going to take, they're going to lose two clubs and a diamond when they play in four spades. It should be a relatively easy hand to play. And a diamond lead will actually help. Diamond lead will give away a trick and lead to four spades making five.
For those of you who've just joined us, we're transmitting live from Schaumburg.
We're watching the finals of the senior qualifiers to represent USA1. The Hammond team will be playing the Goodman team. The Goodman team had a very strong rally in the last few boards yesterday to overtake the Wolfson team, where the Hammond team pretty much led throughout in their match.
It was a very exciting finish for those of you who came to watch it.
There were some very good declare play hands throughout and some tough bidding decisions for everybody to make. Mostly it was won during the bidding. Choosing the right, the final contract was very key to whether they chose the big game or not and close hands.
Let's have a quick look and see what's happening at the other table. If there's anything more interesting there, they've arrived at the same contract from a different side, and the King of Clubs got led.
That should hold this hand to 4.
And one advantage that the Goodman team may have over the Hammond team is the Hammond team incurred huge numbers of time penalties. So as much as I'd like to watch Hammond and his magic, but he's made a nice duck of the club at trick 1 to cut communications between East and West.
And I find it interesting the North hand chose double on this hand, holding only 2 hearts, and the 16th, it was a good hand, a nice 18 count, but still elected to treat it as a, you know, as a more than a 1-no overcall. Either that or they're playing some method called Raptor, where they couldn't overcall a no trump, and 1-no meant something else defensive, you know, on their side. I don't have their card right out.
I'm guessing he was planning to show a too strong to overcall a no trump.
That's what I'm thinking also.
And I can get their card up somewhere.
And particularly over the 1 club bid, it wouldn't have been so inconvenient to do that if partners stayed at the 1 level. And if they bid up higher than themselves, you probably wanted to get the game.
All right, trumps have broken 2-2. That's a good start. Now a diamond finesse.
He didn't realize that the road home was to somehow get the heart suit roughed out and then duck a diamond if he could have done it. Maybe he could have timed it all in some hands, but he elected not to on this one. He just took the straightforward diamond finesse.
Well, but look at what happens here.
Unless Drew covers, there'll be the trick won't go away. And even if he covers, it's not, there would be a great play to shift to the 10 of hearts when your partner had the king 9 here and talk declare into going down in a cold contract. Now he can't go down no matter which line goes. When he, you know, when the 10-9 of hearts were with Jimmy Krikorian, there was nothing that interesting that could happen here other than the over trick could come back, but I doubt it will.
I'm just looking to see if there's any way West can be squeezed out of his King of Hearts here. But we're talking about an overtrick.
Sure. Conceivably, it could be. But I don't see how. You know, sometimes I could see, I just don't see in this particular case. Even a diamond to the ace and a rough and another one and a rough back. And no, South's just gonna claim.
Yeah, one of the problems of all this time pressure is it's really wise to claim rather than go for an elusive overtrick that's unlikely, because you get penalized so heavily for taking too much time.
One of the things I heard from, as I read some comments about the whole thing, was that there's a, you know, you get two people bid at my room bids at once, and then there's a glitch before the other two rooms bid. And where does that time count towards the whole clock? The seconds that the computer waits to show the bids in the other room, is that can be a fair amount of time in compared to when you have live cards to play with. Sometimes people's tempo are a lot faster when they're later in the hand, and in but the computer does it, takes the same amount of time to forward the two bids to the next two screens at all times. So Kitty, did you find a glitch at all?
No, because each partnership, it doesn't matter if your table finishes on time or not. You can finish on time and still be penalized if your partnership took an extraordinary amount of time.
I
So
see.
it's blocked for the partnership. So that extra time the computer uses only may go to the room time, but the room time doesn't matter.
Okay, do they use it like running time at soccer where they're actually, there's room for a little extra leeway? I haven't followed, you know, how, and I'm sure they will modify them as the players, because this
I
event.
hope, because this event has been really scary. By the way, we have a strong club auction here. And
Either one heart is going to be some sort of alert. Either it's a transfer or it's a semi-positive. I don't know which they use here, or control showing. I'm not sure what their methods are here.
okay.
I should try and I'll see if I can get their general card if I have it out.
I'm getting their card. It looks like one heart might be, many people plays just 8 to 10, but you know, Hammond is a real systems maven. So let's get up their convention card.
Right.
Of course, I could just put a thing in. It's a
Spades.
transfer.
Okay, it was a transfer to spades initially. Okay.
And presumably a positive.
Yes.
One thing is that when each player shares a room with one player from the other team, so a lot of explanations are going to be verbal, which again saves time because you don't get charged with it. Okay.
One spade is listed as a 3 suited takeout of spades, which certainly looks like I have. After they've opened a strong club, not everybody would want to pile in when they think they're going to get the game with the East hand. But I'm sorry, that was not I don't think that was a strong club by Bob. That's now looking like just a regular one club opener to me.
It's a two plus clubs. It's not
two plus clubs, not a strong club, right? And now he's showing 3 card support. Okay, so the heart was the standard method a lot of the 2 plus club people use now with transfers on the after the club bid. Now he's showing the 3 card. Sorry, and that makes more sense for Jimmy to want to come in here.
Right.
But I thought it was a little unusual, this vulnerability to try and tip off the Claire where any of the high cards might be in the vulnerable, you know, but it's not, it's normal to come in here opposite this auction.
Right. This treatment of one club on all balanced hands and says nothing about clubs other than you have at least 2 of them, and then your partner transfers to their major, is gained a lot of popularity recently.
And the corollary is the diamond shows diamonds. Usually shows unbalanced even.
Unbalanced unless you have 6 of them.
Right.
Is the way most people play it.
Right now, been doubled. Drew has elected to bid two spades, forward going, very forward going. I don't know how long it'll carry their partnership to. Maybe he intends to drive the game.
Well, he has two aces and a singleton.
So maybe his intent is to driving the game.
Let's have a look. How does four hearts do?
Well, it's an unusual hand. You may be able to tap the queen 10-9 fifth of hearts and set up extra, extra tricks for your side. Whether it's you only have one club that you short tricks to start with, but so is the defense. Everybody's short tricks. So now two spades is going double, whatever redouble means, who only knows? Maybe it's I've got them all the suits.
Yeah, you pick.
Right. There are some auctions that no matter how experienced you are, they only come up so many times in your career. And you
Right.
don't know
So it's really good to have general principles that carry through many auctions so that when a new strange auction comes up, you can go with your general principles.
So I suspect the two spade double was some sort of I can stand the lead. I don't see any alert by it, but
there's no alert on the redouble, no alert on the double.
Yeah. So Drew is now shown his heart suit, which is interesting. He thought he was better than a 3-heart bid initially over the 1 spade bid.
Aces are worth more.
I guess, but that's still 3 hearts would have been a pretty big, pretty strong bid over over his partner's 1 spade double auction.
Many people like to have 5 for that bid.
Okay.
5 or more. So
Right.
he wanted to be sure his partner had more. Now, again, many people play the cubit as forcing the suit agreement. And but the redouble 3 hearts, that 3 hearts would have been suit agreement. Anyway,
We've reached game.
You're vulnerable, you bid game. So this looks to be a very interesting hand. You want to both draw trumps so you can enjoy your diamonds, but you need to take a bunch of roughs.
Peter would have been better off leading a high spade. He would have had a chance to play around the hearts first.
Right. And also the spades tap the stronger heart hand.
If they get around, right? This is going to be an advantage for Drew here, particularly when he plays the 8 of clubs.
Right.
That'll put a moratorium on that suit and give him lots of options now.
Well, looking at the king jack tight of hearts, he might shift to the spade in order to start the dummy tap.
He could conceivably at this point.
Of course, he also doesn't know for sure who has the stiff club, or does he? I mean, where is West's bid?
Well, the 8 of clubs certainly, it's one of those interesting plays. If you had 10-3 of clubs, would you put up the queen here and dummy to look like the person had led a singleton? So you might, there's one, it's a consideration from either direction.
Right.
But I would think if I was trying to discourage Declare from thinking they had a stiff club, I would play the queen from queen jack 9-8 when I had 10-3. When you played low, when you played the 8, it almost guaranteed, that he did. It certainly meant he probably didn't have the, I would have thought psychologically it meant he didn't have the 10. So. Probably no easy road here at this point to beating it. The other table sold to 2 spades. Which went down 1 trick. So this could be a nice pickup on air here if they make this.
Well,
the 3-2 trump split will help. The club play, certainly the beginning of the club suit was very fortuitous for the Declare. Bob can certainly see why he wants to tap the dummy.
Now over to Drew.
The queen of clubs is, I suspect he'll play the queen of clubs when Bob won the king of clubs on the first trick. That'll help him get some other tricks going.
There is the problem of at what point to draw some trump too.
There is, or how many to leave out. That's for sure.
So he knows Hammond opened a club. He has ace, king of clubs, nothing in diamonds. For the queen of spades, and he led the queen, and his partner has the jack.
So he has a pretty straightforward line. He's led the 9 of clubs out of dummy. He's going to float this if Bob does it. Oh, he's led the 9 of clubs out of dummy. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I would have led the queen out of dummy. He had a pretty easy road at that point. So
right.
he's elected to rough this. Now let's see. He can rough 2 more spades in dummy. 2 more clubs. No, it's okay. Now he's
just gonna do roughs in his hand, I think. Lead the queen of clubs, and if it's not covered, float it.
Or at some point he's going to have to get hearts played too here. So he's got 2 suits to get going here.
He's already lost 2 tricks.
If he'd led the queen of clubs last time, I think he would have been in pretty good shape.
I agree.
He could have roughed the spade, cashed the last club, and just played ace and another heart, and been and been on 3-2 hearts. Well, no, I forget. He can't lose 2. Right. He's always got tricky problems. Maybe he'll get end played, and Bob will get end played someday.
I don't think so. I mean, look, now he can't rough that last club because he doesn't have spots in his hand. If he could rough with the ace, I suppose, and play a trump. But then they just tap the dummy with a spade. Oh, he's finally going to play some trumps. Okay.
Well, now he's in a position he can't make it. Bob has choices now.
Well, I think he'll tap the dummy with a spade.
Well, if he leads the ace of clubs, his partner's they're just going to beat at 1 here simply.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all.
His partner, right,
his partner can see what's going on. His partner could have conceivably thrown a diamond there or something, but no reason not to beat it a trick. They'll pick up in this room also. And dummy is, they'll take the rest now, east-west. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of interesting analysis of what could have been done, although knowing the exact heart position would have made it a lot easier.
Sure is easier when you can see all 4 hands.
But the queen of clubs at trick 2 seemed like the right play, if that's what I wanted to do.
So a small swing for the Hammond team, 4 imps.
The 8 of hearts turned out to be a big card. Drew was right. He needed better hearts than ace 4, 3, 2.
Right. He needed the 8.
So I was going to see this is a pair that's going to play solid week 2 bids long over, it looks like. That's a very solid week 2 bid in my book.
Yeah. Some of us have a rule we can't have 2 aces. I guess they don't have that rule.
There were a lot of rules like that when I was growing up, even that you couldn't have a 4-card major on the side and things like that.
We've given that one up, but
yeah, people have
has to be a
changed
weak
over the years.
4-card major, right? So what does Jim do with all of this?
Well,
forcing 2 spades.
You're right. If he can, they can make 6 spades. It looks like, playing from Jimmy's side, just on power. They just have enough powered tricks.
Yeah, all those diamond tricks and all those spade tricks.
The 2 spades and that got him 4 spades.
But he's not, he's not gonna visualize two aces in his partner's hand, is he?
No, probably not. It's that should, you would think not. Without two aces, you have no safety at the next level. So just screwy things happen sometimes. So opposite the one diamond bid, maybe they would have had a chance. So though it's, it's hard to envision all those tricks running, sort of thing. So and it's still required at the end of the day, 3-2 diamonds. So this hand shouldn't take too long. The same push the other table, they didn't lead a club, so they made 7-10. We expect to see a fairly quick 680 go on the board here. Kitty, how's the weather been in Schaumburg?
Good. I'm just curious about this hand, if anyone else, if any of the other events have managed to get to the slam. Let's see. This is board number 4. Okay, one pair in the Wolfson-Lusky match got to 6. Everybody else played 4.
That's not that surprising.
Right. Larry Cohen and David Berkowitz got to 6 after Larry opened 1 diamond.
Okay, that's probably what it took to get to 6, opening a diamond.
Rather than the weak 2 pair.
Right. And even then, you still had to have great vision that it could have been on a heart finesse. You could see, depending on the hand, if you're at the east hand, you're thinking maybe partner has the king of hearts or a heart finesse would work if we don't run diamonds. But and as soon as diamonds split, I expect Jimmy to claim.
And again, Georgia Bota and Anand Teba also got to 6 spades in the women's.
Okay, they're very aggressive.
Having opened 1 diamond. The other table opened 2 diamonds, didn't get there.
So let's see, we've gone to board 5.
And you'll be happy to know that your wife, Carrie, also got to 6 spades.
Well, I'm sure that knowing that partnership, they opened a diamond.
Yep. So what do we have here? Your partner
North
was
has
bidding
opened
and
a
you have a
diamond.
great hand.
Now here's another class. Some people would consider this a weak 2 bid in the north hand. Well,
Yep.
against not. Peter is elected to open a diamond. Interesting, at favorable vulnerability, Jimmy is not chosen not to introduce his spade suit.
And he even has a stiff diamond.
Right, which is a little surprising to me at favorable that he chose not to. That'll give a pretty free run to the north-south pair, depending on where they want to try and get to. Looks like they should be trying to get the 3-0, which it could fail. It could most likely will make. They can only take 3 club tricks and a heart on force by the east-west players. That's even if they find the lead. So suspect Bob will show his spade values next here.
Well, 'cause 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 'cause
about his only forcing bid available that he had on a practical basis with 2 little clubs. Now it'll be up to Peter to bid 2-0, and I think Bob might show his diamonds, or he might just be content with 3-0. I'm not sure, but Peter will be content to just try and get out. Peter will be happy when dummy comes down, and happy he's in a making contract if he's getting to 3-0.
Well, once he sees clubs are 4-4,
Right.
if they even lead a club, they're gonna lead the queen of spades.
So most likely leading the queen of spades, in which case.
Oh, he has not shown his queen third as a stopper, and I can hardly blame him.
Interesting.
They might get to 5 diamonds now, which is going down 1.
5 diamonds would be down 1, right? Not sure. I'm not sure they have any last train bids here. You know, attempt to bid 3 spades again. The other table, South has played 3-0 at the other table. South ended up declaring anyway at the other table. So,
Well, could be an interesting auction. Maybe over a diamond, a heart, 2 diamonds, he just hauled off and bid 3-0, figuring he'd get a spade lead.
or a diamond, a spade. I don't know if the hand overcalled 1 spade.
Right, that could have.
So Bob has jumped to 5 diamonds, which will not be a success on this board, we don't think, especially when Drew has a pretty easy club lead.
Well, he might lead the queen of spades, but there's still
it's not-
time to shift.
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
sorry, wrong person on lead. Jimmy's on lead, but there's still time to get the tricks.
Yeah.
I was glancing at the wrong hand. I kept thinking if Bob bid 3-0 there, Drew was going to be on lead. So this will be a swing, should be a swing for the Goodman team. And did we see what happened at the other table?
I'm having a quick look. Do you want me to switch?
I was just curious how the auction went, that's all.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna have a look. I don't want to leave our table because
Right.
they haven't gone down yet.
They probably have now. They've taken the first 2 tricks and they've switched to hearts.
Okay, what happened at the other table is quite interesting. The north hand passed
Okay, very in the ball game.
and South opened a no trump and it went 3 no trump.
Okay,
That was that. So
North has claimed it's 10 tricks, but it's gonna take a little 12-imp hit here. So an early lead for the Goodman team, but there are some boards left and a day left. So there's a lot of time if you've ever been in a long match, at the end of the day, when you lose close, it wasn't just the last 10 boards or something like that. There were boards and boards over the course of time. So on board
Right.
6, East is passed. And we'll see, Bob, I assume will open a spade here. I'm not sure.
well, he has his 17 is probably too good to open a no trump, along with a popular move to open these hands a no trump.
Yeah, I'm not so in favor of it when you have spades and a 4-card other suit. Seems like some of these, but it has gotten very popular, particularly at imps.
So his partner has stolen the no trumps from him.
Now, the question is, will he come at, will he bid just 2 diamonds here? Possibly, and wait for partner, make sure partner can bid again. He's bid 2, no, he's gone directly, evaluated his hand upwards.
That was
And Peter-
probably always
right.
his plan.
Yeah, and Peter will probably just take it in here.
Yes, he will.
So, and they can take, it looks like 3 hearts and a club against that. But that leaves 5 spades and 2 clubs and 2 diamonds available for the north-south pair, and a heart if they've set it up by then. Now off the opening club lead, there'll be 5 spades and 2 clubs and 2 diamonds available anyway. So whether, I doubt he'll try and guess diamonds first, but maybe. The straightforward play is just a, go after your 9 tricks. You can only ever lose 3, hopefully only ever lose 3 heart tricks in this combination with when your LHO starts to suit. So
Well, West might lead, Kaysen might lead a diamond.
no case. This is again the no trump got
Again,
stolen.
the no trump
Right.
got to the other side,
Yeah.
so it's a natural club lead. Excellent.
Right.
All right.
And now he'll just he'll probably play 2 rounds of spades, know that he's home in spades, and concede another club trick.
Right.
His hard suit is good enough to withstand the max he can lose in the hard suit is 3.
Right. So when the club wins, he'll play 2 rounds. He'll play the queen jack of spades, and now he knows he has 9. Just knock out the ace of clubs.
Pretty much, and then it'll just be a question of, I don't think he'll ever get around to taking any sort of playing diamonds unless they give it away. It's just very risky.
The other room also reached 3-0.
From the same side?
This and the other room south, Koneru actually opened to no trump.
Okay.
And
Either got driven a game by all those good spots in the north hand, or he just accepted any acceptance. So
well, North had a full 9 count opposite a strong no trump. That's an invite.
oh, easily. Some people with good spots just bid at imps now, just bid game anyway.
Right. Well, he would probably have bid Stamen checking for hearts. He might even, yeah.
Right. Right. Oh, yeah. Checking for hearts first. Sometimes when you're looking at the hand from the other side, you see what the final contract's going to be, and you forget how they're going to handle it when it started a little differently.
And
They found their heart tricks, and that's it.
Tried to get their heart tricks, but dummy North spots were just too good. Went pretty much the same at the other table.
No swing. Now on board 7. We're seeing Bob Hammond's getting a bid a lot. Now here's another one that some people will open a no trump.
And there he goes.
Bob has. He's subtracted some for the jack and 1 and added enough for the others and decided still within 17. So I'm not sure they'll have what sort of methods they have there. No, Peter's just going to bid 3. No. Hope his king of hearts is worth a trick. Approximately 4, looks like they'll make approximately 4.
Well, the heart lead.
Give them, I can make 5. Sorry, they didn't have the jack of hearts when you let a heart. So the heart lead will beat him. Bob might win this and just play a low diamond out of dummy.
Well, he has 5 club tricks if the club split and 2 spades.
And
That's
2
7.
diamonds.
His heart is, and 2 diamonds, so
But I think he'll just get
you
the diamonds
predicted it.
going. Yeah.
Yep,
Because he's, again, his heart situation isn't tenuous at all.
right.
The worst they're gonna do is take 2 more hearts against him when his righty's in. And now even if clubs don't run, he's home.
Right.
The other table started with a strong no trump and elected to use a puppet auction that's gonna get them the 3-0. The jack of hearts has come back. That won't threaten Bob very much.
Not at all.
And he can claim at this point. It's claimed as 11 tricks. They don't seem to be using up a lot of time this time.
No, so
Maybe-
far they've been very good with time.
Maybe it's either Trimmer or Chambers or, man, who's Mitch playing with? Ross Grable, I think. Maybe one of them is a slow pair. So. Okay, board 8, West, we have Drew Kaysen leading us off in dealing. I suspect he'll take this and open a heart. And Peter will probably be 2 clubs. And it'll bring it back around to Bob, who
Will grab it.
will be 2 or 3 now, right?
Well, tenuous spade stopper, but he has good hearts.
Got good hearts, not much of a club fit, so he might call just 2-0, but Peter might, that 6 club might think that's enough to get going.
The other room did play 3-0.
Right, they've led because of the heart bid. The other room has chosen to lead spades. And so they always have at least 9 tricks though. So
Actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. We don't have a result in the other room yet.
no, we don't have a result here. No, that's what I'm saying. I just happened to glance over, and the other room, remember went with a puppet statement auction, which tipped off the 4-card heart suit in the south and caused the west hand to not lead its ace-4 of hearts. Try a different suit.
Tried the queen of spades.
Tried the queen of spades, which in a way is successful. But declare can still come to a lot of tricks anyway. Okay, declare is started by leading diamonds from his hand in the other room, so he'll make the same tricks over. He's going to take 5 clubs, 5 diamonds, and 2 spades. He actually can make 6 at the other room if another spade comes back. So. With club splitting, they'll make 6 in the other room. So here it has started a heart 2 clubs with Jimmy passing. And now the question is, how much will Bob bid?
2-0, as you predicted.
Bid 2-0, gave partner a little room. The 10 of clubs coming down singleton is going to really help, otherwise the 4-1 split could have been a little dicey. Bob,
Well, there is a problem of getting back to the clubs also.
eventually we can get there in spades. It's going to be a little back and forth here. If Drew leads a heart, it's going to have to go duck by Bob. No, he can win it. He'll have a second. So I suspect he'll make this pretty easily.
So is he
We got
gonna
a heart
duck
lead,
the heart?
and we expect to see a club up. I think they're eventually going to take a trick in every suit for the defense.
So he did win the heart.
Now, when the second heart comes back, he's going to be forced to duck the second heart. He'll still keep a position in that suit.
Notice that Krikorian has carefully ducked the first club. to
Right.
declare an easy entry back to those wonderful clubs. But he can win this one and put a heart on the table.
Put a heart, and Bob will duck that, and that will leave Weston in not the best position. First of all, West has to take a ditch here, which is going to be not going to be something they're loving to do. He's elected to throw a spade, which is going to set up, the fourth spade is now good somewhere for the.
Right, but he couldn't really afford anything else.
The only thing he could have maybe survived was a diamond. Their only real hope was to get one diamond, one heart, two spades, and a club.
Yeah, he really needs his partner to have the 10 of diamonds.
He needed his partner sort of to have the 10 of diamonds, or the 10-9 of spades might have been enough also, but not if he has to lead the suit himself. With Bob now will be able to duck anything that he does. He's going to try the ace of diamonds.
He's hoping for that 10 from partner.
He's hoping, but he's going to be a little disappointed.
And his partner has played a discouraging 7. Upside down. No, I don't like this suit. I'm sorry.
Try again. Well, I got one more. I need 2 more. I need some help over here, partner, but none. Jimmy who a lot of times has the right cards, just didn't this time.
Right. Well, I'm hoping you have the 10 anyway, partner.
Bob sees a pretty easy road at this point. Basically announcing to everybody he's getting ready to claim and dummy.
Right.
At the other table, the partner tried to catch their partner with the 10 of diamonds a lot faster. They led the jack of diamonds, it turns out.
Not a success.
It will, yep. Okay, so board 9. Peter's gonna be dealing and open a club, I assume, and Bob will transfer to spades. Unless somebody gets in their way.
You
Jimmy
think
might
that
overcall, yeah.
Bob's not going to open the bidding? He has a 9 count.
No, Peter is. Peter's the dealer.
Peter. Ah,
Peter's gonna open the bidding. And Jimmy might get in the way here. That's all. But then Bob, it's just a question of who ends up declaring spades. There are 2 clubs and a diamond, for sure.
well, Krikorian has tucked in the 1 diamond bid, so.
Now, I've seen a few people play double as still a transfer to hearts here rather than the classic one. And again,
And
that
then
must have
that's what
been,
they're playing. A
that
hearts
must
and
be what they're
transfer to
playing.
spades.
Right.
Yep.
That must be
Okay.
what they're playing. And maybe within that, some people might now use 1 spade as 4-4, since they were always going to have to, your partner was always going to bid over your negative double anyway. So. Drew is elected to bid up to 2 diamonds. And Peter will have an easy 2 spade bid unless he might judge himself worth 3 anyway.
He might.
But-
yeah.
But I suspect the transfer only showed 4 spades for sure. So.
Yeah, but he has a stiff diamond.
Oh, sure. It just, right. He has been
There he
three
goes,
spades.
3 spades.
Bob will probably take
Yeah,
a shot
Bob-
at it. He's got a fifth spade.
He's got a 5th spade, but the rest of his hand is pretty worthless. 2 doubletons and diamonds, which is the opponent's suit, but he knows partner's 3 spade bit is partially based on a stiff diamond.
Fifth diamond, but his doubleton club could come in handy. He's probably,
Okay,
if partner had better clubs than hearts, he'd be better placed. But
he also has a doubleton heart, so whichever one his partner has.
so interesting that the key to this hand, well, Drew's got the whole heart suit on side, so that's interesting too. So
So how should the play go here? We
well,
need to
that's
do
gonna
roughing.
well, maybe they'll try and cut down the roughs. It'll be interesting to see what the shift comes through with trick 2. That'll be key to the future of the hand.
Right. Krikorian knows that Declare has a stiff diamond to keep that dummy, and that roughing diamonds in Declare's hand is going to be part of the strategy. So,
His partner has selected to signal the jack of clubs to show the 10.
or does it say he has good hearts? A lot of people play suit preference at trick 1.
No, I didn't say it did anything. He just signaled that he just played the jack of
He
clubs.
played the jack. Right.
No, it said
It should just say he has the jack 10,
10.
right?
Jack 10, right. His partnership's played for a long time. I think they have these signals down, but nothing ever surprises me.
Well, I actually was talking to Krikorian in the bar last night, and he said, he played a deuce inadvertently, and his partner later shifted to a club, which was the wrong defense, and he said, ah.
Yep, that happens. But then again, they each know, okay, he shifted to a heart, which may in fact tip off this suit.
So that they do play a lot of suit preference.
So Peter may eventually just be forced to take this double heart finesse to come to enough tricks. He'll play a diamond maybe now and see if they'll let him start cross roughing. But he's got to rough 3 diamonds in his hand, and he doesn't really have entries right now for 3 diamonds, to get back and forth quite enough times. He can play a diamond up now. He's going to play the club out next. Interesting. All right, he sees the problem that he needs to get the cross
Needs
up
the
going.
entries, right?
So that trick was always a losing trick. Now, remember when Jack Ace of hearts, so it's possible he in the Krikorian might just pound another heart back at the moment.
Right.
It's also interesting. He now can smother out the king of clubs at some point if he needs to. They've thrown away all their spots and clubs at this,
Yes, they have.
So Drew overtook it to play a spade. So Peter now has 2 ways to make the hand, either the second heart finesse or smothering out the king of clubs. I was a little surprised he didn't get a diamond going at one point, but either one, the club play turned out to be very useful in an odd sort of way.
As somewhat expected, he's now playing a diamond. He's playing a high diamond from dummy. You'd rather have Krikorian on lead in case the hearts are really bad.
All right, well. He's gonna, so now he's gonna see what's going on here. He's roughed the diamond. I suspect he knows that he's gonna be able to rough out the club at this point.
Yep.
So that didn't need the heart trick at the end.
Now he can climb.
The other table, they declared from the south side, and West led the king of diamonds before shifting to a heart. Which is gonna put some pressure on the other team that they can, they still need 3 diamond roughs at the other table. They haven't gotten their suits going, that they're in the wrong hand at the moment, so they still might beat it at the other table.
They still might beat it at the other table.
So now in this, we have Bob, we are featuring Bob Hammond today. That's a very special day, that's for sure. One of the all-time greats. Here he is, one again with a no trump.
One no trump. That's I love this bid with the 5-4 and the minors and both honor doubletons and the majors. One of my
Sure.
favorites.
Right, until my partner is 5-5 and drives to a major suit game.
Exactly.
But
So
they might have anyway if I opened a diamond. So sometimes you get to slow it down. So
No trump has been alerted. It's puppet.
puppet, that's
new-
their puppet.
New
Okay,
feature.
all right. This is 2 spades. Some people play a size ask or transfer to clubs. 2 no can be puppet now, and 3 clubs can still be your transfer to diamonds or has another use for different people. 3 clubs can now be a transfer to diamonds, or a follow after partner does that can follow. Other hands can be shown after that auction. So.
And the advantage of using 2-0 for puppet is there's nothing for the opponents to double to get a lead about.
Absolutely.
And it's typical to use puppet when you're 4-3 in the majors one way or the other. Because you can now show your 4-card major. What did 3 diamonds say? No major.
No major,
3,
period.
no 4.
No 3, no 4, right.
So we can just play 3-0 and not tell them. All right.
They don't know who's coming down with what. And it's not gonna, it doesn't look that relevant on this hand. They have 4 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and then they can drive the spade. Even if lefty leads a spade, that's gonna pick up. Lefty could lead a spade as their only, a heart, excuse me. Lefty could, West, Drew could have led a heart as their only real shot. But this will certainly make it fairly easy. It'll take 4 clubs, 2 hearts, 2 spades, and 2 diamonds. I don't see much, and Jimmy can get squeezed now. So actually, if they get the spades going, they can make 5 when the east hand can get squeezed on the run of the clubs and spades. The odd thing is Peter might have to, Drew might have to duck the 3rd round of spades. Maybe Jimmy then gets in a bizarro squeeze without the count anyway. But Jimmy's that takes that. So I predict Bob will make the rest of the tricks.
Declare now has 10 top tricks.
And a squeeze against a red suit squeeze against his east opponent.
Oh, poor Krikorian.
I've known Jimmy for a long time. I first met him when he came to work at the American Stock Exchange. I had the pleasure of playing on different teams with him locally down there and occasionally at national events. He's a very interesting gentleman, now living in, I believe, Tallahassee, somewhere out in
Somewhere in Florida.
South Claimed and
Oh,
11th.
he claimed on the red suit squeeze. The
Claimed on
nice
the
thing
squeeze.
is you can,
Right.
when you're sharing a room with another expert, you can say, I have a red suit squeeze if you
If it
got nothing in the
exists. Right,
if you have nothing in the diamonds and hearts. So
right.
yeah, I can claim on it. Saves time. By the way, that tricky four spades where it looked like there weren't quite enough tricks if the opponents played trumps twice.
Right.
It did come home in the other room.
Okay. I'll have to go back and see what they were. Yeah, who knows? I didn't follow the other room that far, but
Yes.
however, in the net,
Let's see. Peter is going to overcall a spade here. Krikorian is going to bid perhaps preemptively in hearts, which won't make South sad.
looks like I wouldn't be surprised if he bids three hearts preemptive. That could just end the auction.
Well,
Bob could try and double them. He's got two hearts, a spade, and two diamonds. And a club, I guess. The spade might go away. One of them will go away somewhere.
I think
almost-
his past looks very sensible.
Right. Oh, I don't disagree. You don't know what
the only
partner has.
contract you can beat.
Now, whether Peter will bid again is the interesting part.
Oh, he might reopen with double.
Double, in which case Bob will still sit. the
Say
floater.
thank you.
And when partner could have made a negative double, it's sometimes, this is not the same situation, but there are times when partner could have made a negative double, opener has to be very aware of reopening again, rather than selling.
Right, but
At the
here
up-
we're at the 3 level, so it's a bit risky with such poor spades. Anyway, he sold.
At the other table, they made a good lead by leading a heart, but when spades got led, the wrong person won the trick. They could have beaten 3-0 off the heart lead in the other room,
Huh.
but somehow Ross, the East flew with the ace of spades at one point, and now that's not enough tricks anymore. They had it beat off the opening lead.
Mm.
So okay, they just sold here sensibly enough. They will beat this a trick. At first, Jimmy's gonna like his chances. Then when Peter shows out in hearts, he's not gonna be so happy again.
No, he's not.
That Bob Hammond guy has all these red cards all the time.
Very annoying.
So in the other room on board 10, Binch Dunnis made a great lead on a heart. And for some reason, the wrong hand won the spade, and now they're gonna get caught in the same squeeze. They Jimmy's like looking around, like, seriously? That's not
Well,
fair. Well, the good news for him is at least Bob doesn't have even another long diamond to tap them with. Bob's looking around. Do I have any way to take another trick here? How can I get another trick? Let's see.
Well, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a spade is down 1.
Right. Well, just I wonder, he could have maybe played a club there. That would have, Jimmy would have just come to a spade with a hand and played the king jack of hearts, and walked up to the club, saved his last heart for low. So they'll calmly beat this one. The other board 10 was a push. But the interesting part was South had opened a diamond. North had responded to spade back on board 10. So that discouraged the West hand from leading from its king fifth of spades. And it found the winning lead. And an error occurred after that by the defense.
Defense is hard.
It is very hard. Flying blind on defense. It's why you need to trust your partner's signals, figure out what the Claire is doing. It's a mystery at all times. So that'll be a claim that they've beaten it a trick. We'll see what Bob has up his sleeve on board 12. Up, looks like this one's going to feature Peter a little more. Here's another one. So
Another great hand.
it'd be interesting. Drew, how many diamonds do you open in the West at favorable?
3.
They are very solid week 2 players.
Oh, 2. Okay.
They're solid even at favorable. That means that's really old school. That's a 3 diamond bid in most of us in the modern world.
So is Peter's probably gonna start with a double because he's
got a good hand. And
called 2 hearts.
Yeah.
He'll bid 2 hearts. We'll see.
No, I think he's going to think he's a little too good, and he wants to keep spades in the picture also.
Right. So I think he'll double.
So. And in fact, Jimmy they play solid. Jimmy might raise to 3 diamonds here.
And he has. All right.
That's the one thing about trusting your partner to have their bid. You can raise on your ace and 1. Bob is elected to go pass for the moment. Now the question is whether Peter will double a second time or bid 3 hearts next. Since he needs no roughs and dummy, really, he just needs to get there to get a club trick established in his hand. So 4 hearts can make, or 4 spades has a 4-1 split, but it probably can be. I haven't looked at it to see if it can be handled yet.
I'm looking at it now.
So diamond and diamond, a tap dummy, and you'll have 5. That gives you 5 spades and 5 hearts still. So
right,
you're
just play ace, king, jack,
easy.
of spades, heart to your hand, draw the last trump. Yep.
Yep, easy.
But Peter's forced his partner to bid. He's not going to hang him by raising to game. Possible swing for the other team.
Interesting whether Bob should have bid more the second time when he hadn't bid 3 spades the first time.
Right. He has only a 7 count, but it's all fitting nicely. Long diamonds. He knows his partner's stiff. Yeah. Partner bid again.
And the other table. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kitty.
2 hearts on the hand where 3 hearts went down 1. Well within themselves.
Well, Ross chose negative double. over a spade rather than jumping 3 hearts preemptively. And everybody got to bid again, and everybody felt like they had bid what they had for whatever reasons. After he made a negative double, the south hand redoubled with its no fitless 10 count, and nobody wanted to bid after 2 hearts again. Maybe it's good not to be playing weak jump shifts.
Or maybe it's good not to make one with a 6-3-2-2.
In this case, the negative being forced into a negative double with the king, queen, jack, 6 of hearts timed the auction very well for the other table. So meanwhile, here we are in 4 spades and 3 spades only. Again, I would expect Bob to not play this hand for very long. Moving crisply along in this set at the moment.
Yes. We're ahead of the other table.
It's been a while. I don't remember if Ross is fast or slow. I just don't have a memory of that.
He can be slow.
Okay. I don't remember Mitch being particularly slow anytime I played on a team with him or against him.
Mitch is not slow. He's a normal pace. And as we've predicted, drawing trumps and running hearts.
Yeah, and they'll just claim 4.
Right.
I suspect the other team will bid game on that hand. They're fairly aggressive.
The other team is currently playing in 2 hearts.
They will, right. That'll be a pickup for should be a pickup for the Hammond team
Right.
on board, back on board 11.
Boy, North
yeah.
South are really getting the cards here.
They
Another good
are.
hand. Yeah, Peter has.
They have some spade and some sort of strong raise. And they're on 2-2 diamond finesse and a 2-2 diamonds and a club finesse to make a slam. I'm not sure they'll stretch up and get there.
Well, I don't think they will, but we will see.
Right, Bob will make some sort of forcing spade raise. I'm not sure what they use these days for forcing spade. I know at times Bob's tried a lot of different things in this category.
Yep, he's a real. Some of his partners have called him a mad scientist. He likes to fiddle with system, and his ideas are always brilliant, but they sometimes make it hard on partners.
Okay, this is just a game force of spades.
Game force 4 plus
4
spades.
plus spades. For a while, some of the West Coast players were very known to be some of the mad scientists of coming up with new bidding ideas. Many years ago, when we lived around the New York area, one of the most imaginative players I ever saw was John Lowenthal.
Yes.
Both on bidding and defense.
Yeah, I remember he was my teammate, and I struggled and brought home 3-0 on an end play. And they made it with 2 over tricks against him. And I said, what happened? He said, well, I led the king of, oh, okay. He led one of his unsupported kings. So then I recruited him to write a series for our newsletter called Lowenthal on Lead to discuss some of his, and sometimes these leads were brilliant, All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what these bids mean. 3 diamonds.
The minimum.
minimum, 3 hearts. It's been alerted, but they're not telling us yet.
So the Hammond team has picked up a small swing back when they made 2 hearts and beat it at the other table. So the hearts has gone whatever it meant. They got alerted well enough that it was encouraged Drew Kaysen to double.
Tell his partner what to lead.
Right? At least his partner will be on lead. Every now and then people fall asleep and double and then they're on lead and they don't know what to lead anyway. They're like, oh, it's my lead. I wanted my partner to lead that suit. I'm not sure I want to lead it myself.
Right.
I'm not sure I want to lead King, Queen, 9, 4th myself, but a partner wants to lead is fine by me. Some sort of redouble, I suspect that must be some sort of shortness or something, which isn't the greatest thing when you only have ace and 1.
No, it's kind of wasted.
It's kind of wasted because you already had probably the 5 spade trick, so you're going to take us 1 rough in the long hand.
It doesn't give you any extra tricks. You'd really love to hear a stiff diamond over there.
The stiff diamond might have been a little more exciting, right?
But some people just play the redouble as a second round control or a control, but I'm sure they have better agreements. Oh, here we go. It tells us. Ah,
I believe
look at
that's
that typing.
I believe, right. There's
And the
another
other
advantage
room,
of being, you can
in the other
talk.
room, on
Right.
just that, on the board we just watched, they have arrived in 4 spades. On a very similar auction, the only difference is that North hadn't had enough and raised their partner's 3 spade bid to 4.
North raised it up, okay?
Well, South bid 3 spades directly
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
with their 7 count.
South chimed in with decided to bid 3 spades, and now we're not surprised that North would raise the 4.
Of course.
So Bob has just signed off in 4 spades. That's about where, and Peter has a minimum with a stiff heart. There's nothing about Bob's hand that looks particularly attractive for slam at this point.
Right, so they've stayed out.
They've stayed out of the slam that's going to make. The club's on side and diamonds are 2-2. A lot of these decisions that in this set have been made in the auctions. So.
And as you were saying, when 3 hearts was alerted and we didn't get an explanation, they can each speak the explanations to their roommates.
Right.
So
which was always one of the things about playing behind screens when you're supposed to be writing everything down. Sometimes you could hear the person trying to talk, and it just, this is probably a preferable method for how to share information.
I think so. I remember one time behind screens and my partner, Larry Morey, is sometimes a bit unintelligible, both in handwriting and speaking. And Bobby Levin passes me the pad and says, "Is this right?" And I said, and I wrote, "Yes."
Larry's another one of our classic people we've lost over the last few years. It was wonderful, I knew him for a long time. Eventually settled in the Albany area where I'd gone to school. So, well, this hand won't take too much longer.
Larry was a real character. We all loved him dearly. It was a treat to go to a Japanese restaurant with him and see how much sake he could consume. And he always knew what to order and, could talk to the sushi chef. It was fun.
Right. Down here they take Jack Chow out to the to whatever Chinese restaurant. So for the same good reason, Jack knows can use his Chinese language to get them food that doesn't show up on the menu in most Chinese restaurants.
Yep. And that's what Larry could do at a Japanese
Japanese.
restaurant. So trumps are drawn and Declare has ducked a diamond, and that's
Come
all
back
good.
and we'll play the club.
And he'll take a club hook and he'll claim.
Okay, that should wrap that one up.
Jen is letting me know that they're supposed to type in what their bids mean, and then they can
Okay.
elaborate on the explanations to their screen mates. But I know from experience that it doesn't always quite go that way,
Right.
because it's a time saver. And, you know, if it's something obvious,
Well, here's a very interesting board. A
finally,
grand slam.
Finally, East-West have the cards.
Not only they have the cards, but they have some potential here.
6 and 7, 8. They have 15 top tricks.
They have a few. Yeah, quite a few.
All right, this should be fun to see how they handle it in the bidding.
They've reached 4 spades at the other tape room, but I think they might be headed for down.
Huh.
They're in a position now to lose 2 clubs and a spade in the other room, besides the diamond that they initially lost.
Right, because Grable after they did not tap dummy,
They did not tap dummy.
which is the 10th trick. Now when he taps dummy, he's setting up his 10 of spades.
Right. He had to use 2 hard entries to get to his hand to lead a diamond, and then or play clubs up. He had to use them to play clubs up almost himself and force them to either tap dummy or to let him draw trumps after getting his club trick set up. He's going to be a tad short there. There's a nice defense.
Well done by Grable and Dunitz. Oh, was Dunitz was on lead and didn't continue them.
No, I think it looked to me like he's fine. Oh yeah, he didn't continue, right? Yeah.
So we're now in one of those 2/1 auctions where we've established a spade fit and we're in a game force, and it's now a question of slam or no slam. So what is East going to do? He showed his club ace.
I suspect that a serious slam try. A lot of people would define 3-0 here as non-serious, and 4 clubs are serious to some extent. At some point, West is in a position to take over now that they have set up key card and spades. It's hard for the East hand to envision how many tricks are going to be in dummy.
West may just been key card now.
I would, if they had it available, I wouldn't blame them. They have a pretty good idea if partner has 3 key cards, what contract they want to play.
And now the question is, with 3 key cards, do you show the void or not? It's not many people don't show a void in partner suit because it's not a useful void. We'll see.
I would think you wouldn't show it here. I tend to agree that I like to almost agree that you have to have some idea that it's going to be useful, because you don't know that, that might be one of the partner may be looking for that, need that ace so that you have enough even to make a slam. And the void may mean that you're short an ace on the outside somewhere. So, but I think this will be pretty straightforward. I don't see much of a I don't see why you would be trying to show a diamond board here. Hammond picked up 9 imps when they beat the 4-spade contract in the other room. Maybe we got to give more credit for Peter for passing.
You're right,
When it
because
looked like it. Right.
a good defense beat it.
Right.
He has elected not to show the void. 5 diamonds is 0 or 3.
I think 7 diamonds. Okay, I'm not sure why he wouldn't bid 7 no, but maybe he thinks he might have to set up spades somehow.
Right. In case
Or this leaves partner declaring the hand, actually. No, he's going to be declared. I'm surprised, a little surprised. Not much bad is going to happen here. So. Looked like he had 2 it looked like he had Queen of Spades and Ace of Hearts were both going to be entries to his hand. A little surprised he bid 7 diamonds, not 7 no, but it's a couple imps at in what could be a tight match someday. So it's Jimmy had no real reason to override that. So, and I suspect this will be another fairly quick claim. He'll test for the 7-0 split or whatever it is, the 6-0.
So split, yes. We've had
6-0 split. And once it's not a 6-0 split, he can claim.
right.
Not clear why he's torturing them, but
I think he's claiming now.
okay. Okay. 13 tricks, gets 100 honors for diamonds. No wonder he played of course, there probably aren't that many rubber bridge players out there anymore who have any idea what I'm talking about when I said he got 100 honors for playing in diamonds. So.
Yeah, only just us old fogies, but this is a senior event, so perhaps
Right.
just watching it.
So, okay, this is going to be the board from the Hammond table, and Bob is dealt himself another nice hand.
Boy, he's having fun.
He certainly is having fun.
22 high balanced.
Good day to be. Would have been a good day to have those cards at Rubber Bridge.
Very good day.
Some sort of a simple auction, I expect here. And they'll have they'll have to bring home the diamond. They'll have to get a diamond or a club trick.
2 diamonds is waiting. 2-0 shows this the big range. With a 5 count, I don't think Peter's going to be excited. He's probably going to bid Damon and subside the 3-0.
I would suspect.
And how's that going to do? Well,
it's gonna make it's just a question of how he handles the diamond suit, although it won't matter that much. They're 3-3. He might elect to run 4 rounds of hearts and hook a diamond into lefty.
because he doesn't really want riding on lead, putting a club through.
But he's got sort of enough club spots and things. It's going to be hard for lefty to put a club through that's that dangerous.
Right.
So I see most of, unless something lucky happens, I see most of the roads leading to 3-0 making 3.
3 diamonds and 4 hearts is 7, and 2 spades is 9.
Right. So this is just the beginning of 2 days of play between these two teams to become USA1. The loser will get a day off and then play the whoever emerges from the repechage bracket for a 2-day final to be USA2. Okay,
So three clubs is actually puppet stamen.
Three club with
Yeah.
no major, or he has 5 spades. So this is again, Bob has tinkered. Somebody has tinkered with the system mildly to come up with a different sequence of bids than most people would play in this puppet auction. And Peter doesn't care if he has 5 spades, so he's bid 3-0. Which basically says that Peter doesn't have 3 spades, I suspect, or or 4, because they'd be looking for a spade fit.
Right. So the inference is that Peter has hearts.
Correct.
So what is Drew going to lead? North might have spades. I think he's still leading a spade on her. Queen Jack 9-8 is very Rusinow Jack.
The Jack. That's probably an unblocked request.
No, it's just Jack is just.
Are they Rusinow?
They're Rusinow.
They're
Just
Rusinow. Okay.
Queen.
Okay. Generally, when I play a high honor in situations like this, I like to play that I'm asking about attitude towards 2 lower. So if I cared about the 10 a lot, I'd lead the queen or unblock 1 lower.
Right, but when he leads the Jack, he's showing the queen. So
But
partner
that does, yeah.
the 10 is a
partner.
good card, and he's going to signal he likes it.
Right.
Many top players are now playing Rusinow against no trump because it enables them to have the king be the unblocked card and the ace be the attitude card. And
The most
queen.
important thing is to choose one.
Yeah, most important thing is to know what you're doing.
Right. I generally play that on all these honor card leads. I like to play it's unblock 1 below or attitude about 2 below.
So at some point, I'm watching the other room because I think when they get to the Grand Slam auction, we ought to switch and watch it.
Sure.
As there's
They've
not
got-
a whole lot to this play. At the moment,
Yeah.
they're just in the 4 spades.
Yeah, they got 4 spades. They took a few more bids to get there.
Right.
They've come to the same conclusion. Just in case when he tries to play a diamond, it gets a split on his right or something, he needs to be able to, he doesn't want to be in a position to lose 2 clubs, he doesn't want to be in that position to lose that extra trick at some point. He doesn't have that many reasons to block the spade suit out. He's just going to go right after, that's interesting. Going to go right after, I don't know if he's going to lead a diamond here, probably a diamond out now, I would think, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to just duck a diamond to
Diamond.
the west.
Whatever, he'll cover whatever Jim plays. Maybe he'll play the 9 just in case Jimmy's duck Queen Jack. So. Now he'll be in a position to duck the 2nd spade, win the 3rd spade, and if he has to get lucky at the end, needs the club to come home, he can get it. But I think it'll just, again, we're back to an easy 3. So. Well, this has been quite, the Grand Slam board will be interesting just to see conceptually at each table. Usually it's more interesting when there's a void that's needed and a Grand Slam can be made. When it's a useful void, it's very interesting to see those auctions. Drew is right now trying to figure out if he has anything he can do.
Yeah, if he's looking at the points, his partner can't really have anything on this bidding. I mean, he has a 10 count himself. He saw how many points were in dummy. He heard the auction. You know, his partner has maybe a jack or a queen. He's not going to have that king of clubs that Drew needs to be beating this. So he's just going to continue a spade.
Spade. Yeah, Bob is elected to duck that one just in case something good. He needs to lead up the clubs later and it works, you know. In case Jimmy had 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and the king of clubs, Bob could still be in a,
The ace of clubs. Yeah, exactly. It's
right. He'd still be in a
safer way.
position to make it.
Now he cashes the hearts.
Hearts, find diamonds, and then they'll give. Then Drew might claim after the diamonds run.
Possibly he's asking his roommate if the diamonds are coming in and he's preparing to claim,
It could be.
or he's thinking.
Okay, they've completed the other board. We'll wait for Bob to finish here. They've pushed the 4 spade hand that could have made 6 when diamonds were 2-2 and the club finesse was on. Interesting that situation that we don't know what Bob's thinking about here.
He might be trying to claim. Maybe he's thinking about hooking that 10 of diamonds, but I don't think so. He knows his lefty has spade length and club length. Nice.
Again, it's easy for us. We're looking at the hands.
It's always so much easier when you can see all 4 hands.
There was an advantage when you played bridge locally if you were very, very tall. Okay, he's
All right.
Drew will probably claim for him soon.
Right. So we'll switch to the other table now. The auction has started.
See an exact
Auction started
duplicate.
the same way as at the other room, and let's see what happens now.
Again, it's an easy. This auction's gone really well for West already. As soon as their partner bid spades and they could raise spades and get a key card auction and spades established, the West hand is going to be really in a position to just take over at some point, almost no matter what. I wonder if they play weak jump shifts. I wonder if anybody plays strong jump shifts anymore. Boy, that really looks like one in the West to me. But 2/1 game force, they don't worry about it very much.
Well, it looks like that's some sort of serious or semi-serious 3-0.
All right.
And 4-0 is key card taking over. I was trying to get up their convention card, but I don't seem to have it handy. Now, again, the question is, partner bid 2 diamonds. Do you show this void or do you just show your 3?
Most people would play, you don't show a void in partner's suit. And I wouldn't think partner would be worried about a void right here. I haven't even shown my ace of clubs yet, technically. So I couldn't even picture why I would need to show my void here. But
And again, he showed 3.
which is interesting. People are now playing a lot of, I play old fashioned. I don't play 1430, but I play a lot of kickbacks. I play all my auctions at 0-3-1-4. So,
Really?
yeah,
Bart's the same way. It's very old fashioned, or maybe it's modern, because if you have lots of kickbacks, you don't need 1430.
right. We play kickback. You know, it took me a while to get Gary in the groove of it. And Mitch is just
And
bid
Mitch
7
has
now.
bid 7 now. All right, Mitch.
All right, that'll be a couple in pickup for them.
Mm-hmm.
So. See what the opening lead is, although it's not very relevant. It's hard to believe he's not going to lead the King of Hearts. But certainly with the north hand, I wouldn't think I was about to get squeezed in some side suit. So, but it's actually okay. Wrong hand, right? Sorry, South's on lead
We've
here.
been doing that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he the other one.
Did
Keeps
you
playing it.
forget who the declarer is?
Right.
Because East bid serious
It'd be right with the serious no Trump.
or the semi-serious. We're not sure which.
Okay, that didn't take very long. Oh, you switched back to the
No, I didn't.
what board is that? Okay.
Now it's the
Yeah.
3-0 Trump with where you have to get a trick and
Right.
dot.
Was that, did you just show board 1, which we never saw while we were setting up?
I have no idea what I did.
Okay, it was a completely different
didn't
hand
click
that we hadn't
anything.
seen. Right.
I'm innocent. Oh, it didn't. The computer did it.
Okay, that's okay. I always
Ah.
blame, you know, so I'm actually not that big a believer. It's always the computer's fault, but you know, I'll let it slide, you know, sort of thing. Technical people like you and myself don't always think the computer makes that many mistakes.
But it's a good excuse.
It
Anyway,
is.
same start as in the other rub.
Right.
2 clubs followed by 2 diamonds waiting.
We have a 2-0. I suspect to see a lot of the same play on this hand. Just whatever their methods are for going to look for their heart suit. 3 clubs might be just straightforward. Not everybody plays puppet stamen in these auctions. I go back and forth about the merits of it. And,
Well, it's not alerted.
so.
The problem is the lack of room and how you handle the 5 spades, 4 hearts hand.
That
When you're
we have methods,
responder.
right?
So you have to figure out some way to work that into your puppet structure. And people have very complicated puppet structures here. And I hate them all.
They hate them all. So does that mean like you're like myself? You're playing one that Karen
I
McCallum
play
invented about 10 years ago?
whatever my partner wants
Right.
and memorize it. And
Right.
if they don't want to play puppet, I say, thank you.
I understand puppet a lot more at imps than I do at match points where,
Let's see, I play British puppet, I play Muppet, I play this. I am so happy when partners say no. Same lead as the other table, the roost
Table.
now jack.
I can remember when I first started playing puppet over 2-0. It took me, I probably had to box it up a couple times before I got it right. Yeah. And do you play the same structure over 1-0 3 clubs?
Yeah, a 1 no 3 clubs I play as a simple puppet.
Okay,
And-
so yeah,
And you
so you
don't
don't
have,
play.
you don't have to worry about those Smolin type hands because you
Right,
run them through 2 clubs. It's just
Right.
straight out. You have a 5-card major.
right.
And, you know, it's very nice and simple. I don't mind it.
And so do you play 3 diamonds is a 5? I have at least one 4-card major. When you play over a no trump, over your own strong no trump, 1-0 3 clubs.
No, I could have, you know, a 3-3. Usually I'm 4-3 in the majors. I
No,
don't have a firm
I meant
agreement,
by opener. What does opener respond?
just 3 diamonds.
3 diamonds with 1 and 3 no with none?
No, we don't like to tell them anything.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, they'll see dummy soon enough. Why tell them anything about declares hand? So here he did duck the first spade. And now Conneru is considering what to do with this diamond suit.
Right. That'll be the key to the hand, keeping lefty out will be the key to the hand here.
Right, but
I mean,
most
righty
players
out.
lead to success.
Yeah. He's however, yep.
In isolation, if you didn't have that problem, you might play ace, king, and a diamond, which wins whenever they're 3-3 or there's an honor doubleton.
Correct.
But when you don't want your right-hand opponent on lead,
In
you're
this
more
particular
likely-
in this particular case, the club suit can only take 2 tricks, so it's going to be hard if assuming he gets the dime, does something sensible in diamonds, it's going to be hard to go down. He's gonna, because the ace, queen, jack, 10 of clubs, just that's only 2 tricks when they lead through him. And he's certainly not gonna, when his RHO plays a club smaller than the 9 or the 8 and dummy, he's not gonna go flying up even if he's accidentally let East in.
Well, but he doesn't know this is the layout. He is missing the ace, queen, jack, 10 of clubs and the 7.
No, but if he plays a low diamond, if Ross starts with the 7 of clubs, he can afford to still lose 2 club tricks after he's lost a diamond. He won't care.
Well, we're looking at all the hands, but the Claire is thinking about what if the jack or queen or 10 of clubs comes zipping
Oh,
through.
absolutely. Right.
And he
I
doesn't have
wholeheartedly,
the
yeah,
7, so that's
Yeah.
not good.
right. That's his overall thought. Right.
He doesn't want righty on lead.
But even if righty gets on lead, it's just gonna be, they can't do anything. That's all.
On this hand.
Yeah. Yep. So he's elected to start a diamond to the king and a diamond back, maybe.
Looks like it.
So he's gonna get to the same position fairly quickly here, and I expect this hand to be Another one that'll be claimed fairly when he cashes the ace of diamonds. If he
Right, he
does,
hasn't left himself the option of taking a losing finesse in diamonds.
so he has let himself the options of not playing for diamonds 3-3 and playing for the club on. The opponents will now have enough tricks if diamonds are not 3-3. His alternative line is to play 3 rounds of hearts and then try and play 4 rounds of hearts and play a club up towards his hand. If he doesn't think the diamonds are splitting.
Well, I guess.
No, should speed up the play in a hurry.
And now he'll claim. This is the last board of the set. So thank you, everybody, for watching.
Always
And
a pleasure to work with you, Kitty. Thanks for doing
always
the
a pleasure to
technical
work
side.
with you. Yeah, well, I've had a few stumbles, but yes, always a pleasure to commentate with you, Steve, and great to see you.
Yep, pleasure. All right. Hope to see you again over the rest of this tournament at some point.
Okay.
Thanks and good luck handing off the technical stuff.
Yeah.
I saw you're on the handoff duty for the next round. So
Yeah.
thanks, everybody.
We'll be back soon. So come back for more. And meanwhile, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, well, kids flying. Kid about this big, one this big. Yeah, it worked. Right. So if the diamonds hadn't come in, he would have been okay.
I need to
Just
stop
spades were-
streaming this to Twitch.
He would have needed 5-3 spades.